So first, let's make sure those gutters are good and clean. Get them pressure washed. You're going to find a lot of mold and mildew on them. Make sure there's some great products out on the marketplace there. Crud Cutter makes one of them. You go up, you spray it on the gutters, you give it a little, agitate it with a brush and give it a rinse, and does a great job. So what I always ask our customers is, well, can you see your gutters and downspouts from the road? How much, do you want them to kind of stand out, or do you want them to kind of blend into with the house? So I always try to find out what we're looking to do. A lot of times, if what we see out there in the field is generally your gutters and downspouts generally are, they're for the most part aluminum. You'll find copper and some other types, but I would say probably about 98% of the gutters and downspouts we come across are aluminum. So usually they match the fascia and soffit around the house. That's not always 100%, but if you're going to do, change the color of them and make them a little different than your eaves and fascia, just remember it's going to take probably 2 trips to change the color, so going up the ladder twice. So whether you're doing it or you are hiring a professional to do it, just you want to consider that. Okay. Also make sure you check with your homeowners association. The last couple of jobs that we've gone on have been held up by customers that are seeking approval from their homeowners association. So if you have a homeowners association, read their documentation. Make sure if you're changing something, make sure you comply. Okay, we don't want to step on a line here. Okay, gutters and downspouts, I find a lot of times really blend in with the roof line. So take a look at what you've got as far as the roof goes. If it's brown, if it's black, some are, kind of have when you stand back, either a greenish tinge or a blue tinge. Really kind of find out what will coordinate really well with your roof. I think a lot of folks that we've worked with over the years have not considered the color of their roof. And I really, if you stand back from the street, look at your house, you're going to probably say to yourself, anywhere from probably a quarter up to a half of the visual face of your home is roof line, depending upon your pitch of your roof. So take that into consideration. I find a lot of times you want to be able to blend those in or pick some color up in your shingles. Wouldn't be a bad idea if you got an extra shingle laying around to take it with you to the paint store to select a color. Okay. Gutters can really be made to kind of match the siding also. A lot of times we will leave the gutters themselves, the horizontal part, and usually do those the eave and fascia color. And then what we will do is the downspouts, the elbows, coming down the side of the house, we'll usually paint those the siding color. It really depends on the individual. If they want some contrast, let's go a little different. But a lot of times they will paint them the siding color. Okay. Typically, best bet is to match whatever the color is behind it. If you're going contrasting colors, we'll look at this from 2 sides of the coin. We're going to look at it as a do-it-yourselfer. You're going to generally have to make 2 trips up, maybe even more than that. 2 trips minimum up a ladder to go ahead and paint it if you're changing the color, because usually 1 coat will not do it. And on the other side of that coin is if you are paying a professional, it is going to be more expensive because they're going to have to paint the straps. Generally, what we like to do is loosen up the gutters and downspouts when we are changing colors, loosen them up, paint behind the straps, paint behind the gutters and everything, and refasten them back up. That requires a couple more trips up than just say we're doing the same color type of look. Okay, let's see. Go bold sometimes. Do something really kind of crazy. Go great contrast. Maybe just on the front of the house, because a lot of times you can get away with just doing the front of the house something a little different than the sides and the back. It just depends on how the layout of your house. You might find that it can make a really kind of neat and bold statement for your home. That really gets back to your personality and what you like to have your home look like. And, really we're talking about having some curb appeal here for your home. Hey, when in doubt, go to the internet. There's many places you can find, photos of other homes. Drive around your neighborhood. Find out what you like, find out what you don't like. There's Paint Match, virtual paint software that you can get online and take a look and see a lot of the major manufacturers of paint can put you in access with that, and you can kind of color that in and see how that's going to look. So if you're really jazzed on changing up the look of your home, that might be an avenue you might want to go. So I think that's about it here for tonight. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Mark at Discover Your Home, and we'll see you next week.